So this was actually inspired by Torythefanman's video when he did a timeline of the Lakewood Box fans. So I decided to do something similar with the Lakewood Box fans that I have, particularly the 20-inch models. We're going to start off with the first generation. This is the K223. This, as you can see, it has square blades and an open hub. This particular fan has seen better days, but I can't do much about that. I'll see what I can fix on it. Yeah, it's got a few missing slats. Here's your Mcmillan motor. Some of these actually had Westinghouse motors, which I find interesting. I wonder if it was just when they had a shortage of Mcmillans, but as you can see, it has a nice blue cabinet. Not much to say, so let's turn it off on high. As you can tell, it has that hum after it's been running for a while. Medium. And low. Back to high. And off. Now we have the second generation. As you can see, the blades are much more rounded, and the hub is mostly closed up, aside from one vent hole. Yeah, I don't know why people started closing up the vents on the plastic bladed fans, but oh well. Really, there's not too much of a difference. It still has the same type of cabinet, though the badge and the shade of blue is different. The shade of blue is not different by much, but as you can see, this has the sparkly sticker. Still has the Mcmillan motor. Fun fact, I actually ruined the original grills on this fan in the dishwasher due to how tight the space was, so I actually had to take these grills off another Lakewood Box fan, which is why it has that badge on the front. But anyway, let's start off on high. Yeah, this one doesn't have the hum. Still blows a good amount of air, probably the same amount as the first gen. Really, the real difference with the blades is the shape. Medium. And low. Yeah, after it's been running for a while, it goes a bit faster, but still, it has a nice low speed, and still blows a decent breeze. Back to high. And off. I know there's also later models of the second gen where the blades are actually a tan color and the hole in the middle is covered up. They also have the built-in feet on the grill rather than the riveted one. As for the Mcmillan Motor on those models, they have a round stator instead of the winged one, as you see here. Yeah, I believe the second gen started in either 1979 or 1980. Anyone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong about that. Now we're getting into the third generation when they started with the banana blades. This one, I'm going to be honest, is in very rough shape, as there's a lot of rust, dirt in the corner. As you can see, the cabinet's slightly a bit lopsided. Yeah, this fan has definitely seen better days, so it definitely needs some fixing up. I figured I'd show you the fan like this in its condition, just to really show what some original owners do to these fans, but also to emphasize how much abuse these can take and still work. But anyway, let's get to the model itself. As you can see, the hub is completely closed up and is a bit more squished together, for lack of a better term. The blades are more of a banana shape. They have the feet on the grill instead of the riveted one. The cabinet is also slightly a bit thinner. This is when they started putting feet on the back, which really isn't necessary because the cabinet's still wide enough. This is also when they started having the open bell on the back and changed the position of the oil port. I never understood the reasoning of that. So, let's start off on high. This one also has the high-pitched hum, just slightly. Still blows a great breeze. Medium. Yeah, this has a slower low and medium speed compared to the first and second gen K223s that I have. Back to high. And off. Here is another third gen from the 80s, and funny enough, this is also from the same seller who gave me the other third gen. For some strange reason, this one's in better shape than the other one. I guess the other one was put into a place with a lot of water, maybe a garage, I'm not sure. Anyway, there's really not much difference with the blades compared to this one. The only real difference is the cabinet. It has thinner motor support bars. The cabinet itself is actually smaller. As you can see, it only has the 6 screws as opposed to the, I believe, the 8 screws. Yeah, as you can see, this one is shrunk down in height as well. Still seems to have the same Mcmillan motor. I know there are models where the axle is smaller. Anyways, let's start it on high. And low. Yeah, the low and medium on this one is very slow. Still blows a nice gentle breeze. Back to high. And off. Now we have the Lakewood Box Fan from the 90s. As you can see, the blades are white instead of the tan color. It also doesn't have that rim across the middle like the 80s one. Yeah. This is also when they started doing the gray cabinets. As you can see, this one is also thinner than the 80s one, so this definitely needed the feet in the back. The grill is also a little cheaper compared to this one. That said, it's still a great fan. This is also when they used the smaller axles on the Mcmillan Motor. It also has that paint defect. Another weird thing is that the blades have these fins on the back and are also more rounded compared to the 80s one. Anyway, let's start the sucker on high. Still a great breeze. Medium. Yeah, the medium is more like the first and second gen on this fan. And low. Back to high. And off. Yeah, there were also ones in the mid-90s where they started using the smaller vent hole Mcmillan motors. Then came the brace-bladed ones. This started around in 97, I believe. This particular model is from 1998. As you can see, the cabinet itself is the same. And it still uses a Mcmillan motor, the smaller vent hole ones. Though they changed up the plug, rather than coming out of the hole from the bar, it's just placed into the grill like that, which is cheap. But it could be worse. Not much to say. So, let's start with high. Yeah, a weird thing is that the hum kind of it became less pronounced after I cleaned up the fan through the dishwasher. Still blows a decent breeze. Medium. Yeah, it has a slower low and medium speed compared to the other 200i. Here's low. Back to high. And off. think there were later models where they started using the smaller motors while keeping this cabinet. Because as you've noticed, it still has the same handle as the other generations. And then this is where we started getting into the infamous brace blader. As you can see, the grill has been changed up. Also has this logo on the front. They also changed the handle and the switch. And of course has your tiny motor. As you can see, this is before the boombox cord, and you can see that the motor isn't as restricted on the back. Yeah, I know I thought about seeing if I could grab my hands on one of those, but truthfully, I really had little interest. I have little interest in getting one of those. Yeah, it also has 6 fins rather than the 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is all. They also eventually started putting the switch on the back before Lakewood finally went out of business. That said, it was probably one of the better, cheaper box fans. I mean, yeah, they still had their problems, but Lakewood still made blades that blew a decent amount of air. They never really changed the brace blade that much. Anyway, let's start off on high. Yeah, this actually has some pretty high RPMs. Medium. Yeah, unfortunately I have no feet, so it's gonna flip over if I don't hold it. And look. And those are my 20-inch box fans from Lakewood through the ages. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys later.